Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Just want to say a huge thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. Really appreciate their continued support. So Squarespace is where I built 7mlctraining.com, which is essentially just the hub of my entire brand. So you can access my YouTube channel, Instagram pages, you can get to my podcast, blog posts, programs, everything through my website. So if you have a brand or a business, check out squarespace.com to build your own website, and if you use the code in my description, www.squarespace.com/7mlc, you can get 10% off your first website. But welcome back to another video. Today is going to be a full bodyweight workout. So this is what I typically do on my bodyweight workout days, but first I'm actually going to do some ball mastery at the pitch. And while we're at the pitch, I'm going to do a little bit extra. A, because it's really nice today, and B, because I didn't get a pitch session in yesterday because the weather was really bad. I had to do all my technical work inside. So I'm going to do a little bit extra, but I did start my day off with some activation, some stretching. Just used this setup here. I had my resistance band, and this, by the way, had some comments from people saying that this is a watermelon. This is not a watermelon. But just got a few stretches in, a few activation exercises just to get the body nice and fired up, because we're being a little bit more dynamic in my ball mastery session today. Typically I won't do a warm-up or activation before ball mastery, just because it is low intensity. You're just basically on the spot getting touches, and you warm up as you get those touches. But today, because we are going a little bit more dynamic, I just wanted to make sure my body was fully prepared. But I've already had my coffee and my cucumber water, so let's get over to the pitch. So we're at the pitch, and I just did my warm-up. So some jogs back and forth, some dynamic movements, dynamic stretches, just to get my body nice and warm, ready to go. I'm gonna start with some dynamic ball mastery skills without any cones or anything, and then I'm gonna do Magnetico warm-up. So what we do is we start at the cone here, we weave through with the right foot only, there and back, then we weave in with the left foot only, then the inside of the feet, the outside of the feet, the inside and outside of both feet, and then we use the sole. And that's just gonna get me nice and warm. Then I'm gonna move into a dribbling drill. You guys might have seen these on my 7mlc training Instagram page. I'll put a link to that in the description if you wanna see a variety of dribbling drills that I've been doing recently. But this just involves a few different movements. So we've got ball mastery, tight cone weaves, and we've got some speed dribbling, we've got some diagonal cuts, we've got some turns. So just a little bit more involved in those dribbling drills. I'll go through that. Then I'm gonna finish with some hill sprints. So it's gonna be a short session, just getting a lot of touches on the ball, opening up the legs a little bit with the hills. We should be out here in about 30 minutes. So let's go. So I started my session with some dynamic ball mastery exercises, just going back and forth, doing a few different skills to incorporate all the different surface areas of both feet. It's just a great way to warm up, get some touches in, and get that confidence on the ball before you move into some more advanced exercises. So the ones you're seeing on the screen are taken from my 15 dynamic ball mastery exercises video. I posted it a couple of weeks back, so I'll put a link to it on the screen right now if you want to check it out, if you want some ideas to take away into your own training sessions. But as you can see, doing a different one each time, making sure I'm getting involved the sole of both feet, the inside of both feet, the outside of both feet, a little bit of laces as well. Just getting in a rhythm back and forth, throwing some step overs in there as well. Just some basic movements, really simple skills, not doing anything too advanced at all, just to get some touches. Then I moved into my Magnetico warm-up. So as you can see, I've got 2 cones on the outside with 5 cones in the middle, all a step apart. And all I'm doing is weaving in and out, using the right foot on the first way up and back, the left foot the second way up and back, and then I'm changing the exercise every time, again, just to get all those different surface areas of the feet warmed up. I use some sole rolls, use the outside of the foot only, inside of the foot only, just getting loads and loads of touches. We're not going at speed here, just keeping the ball under full control. And then once I was done with that, I moved into my dribbling activity. So as mentioned, you can find these dribbling drills on my 7mlc training Instagram page. And I like to set up my dribbling drills with different elements. So I've got some dynamic ball mastery with those cones tight together, so weaving in and out. Then I've got some diagonal dribbles, so going at a little bit of speed with sharp cuts. And then I've got some straight dribbling just to work on a bit of close control at a bit more speed, and then another weave, and then to finish. So I went through this one 3 times in total. So the example I showed on my Instagram page, I was doing these drills on artificial turf, and then today I'm doing it on grass, and it's so much more difficult doing it on grass. Not only is the grass thick, but it's inconsistent. On artificial turf, it's always the same surface all the time, so you can go at top speed. So if you really want to challenge yourself, dribble on grass. So that's the dribbling done. Now I'm just going to finish with some hill sprints. As you guys saw from a couple of episodes ago, I was doing short hill sprints on a very steep hill. Now we've got a longer hill, but it's not as steep. going to sprint up to the first cone, walk back, sprint up to the second cone, walk back, sprint up to the third cone, walk back, then sprint all the way up the hill, walk back. That's 1 rep. So just going to get ready, get my breath back from the dribbling, and then we'll get 5 sets done. Let's go. So just for this first one, I wanted to give you a voiceover to explain some of the benefits of hill sprints. So anytime your body's working against a resistance, it has to adapt and become stronger to basically handle that resistance. So that's why when we work out in the gym and we lift heavy weights, our body becomes stronger because it wants to adapt to be able to lift that weight easier. So the same thing happens when we're doing hill sprints. That added resistance, our body wants to adapt so we can do it easier, so your muscles become stronger and more explosive. And this is why if you do hill sprints regularly, you're going to see an increase in your speed, your acceleration, and just your overall explosiveness. So definitely incorporate hill sprints into your weekly training schedules if you possibly can. So this is a tough exercise, especially doing these different distances, very football specific, but this is rep number 1. That's 1 set or 1 rep. So I'm going to get my breath back for 30 seconds to a minute. 4 more reps. Two down, 3 to go. Two more. Four down, last one. Oh, wow, that's a killer. So there we go, just 5 sets or reps of that one. It's an absolute leg burner. I'm gonna get my oxygen back, have a little stretch here, then we'll get home. I'm gonna have a good meal, a couple of hours recovery, and then we'll get into that workout. So let's go home. Breakfast for today is oatmeal with about a tablespoon of almond butter, maybe a teaspoon of honey in there. We've got a smoothie that's got a banana, mixed berries, we've got almond milk yogurt, vanilla almond milk yogurt, and oat milk, and then got more water. So this is what I'm going to be eating for breakfast. So just going to eat this, then I'll rest for a little while, let the legs recover, especially from those hill sprints. Definitely feeling it a little bit now. And then in about a couple of hours from now, after I've just relaxed, I'm going to get into this body weight workout. And I know a lot of you have been asking for that. How can you work out at home and stay strong when you can't access gyms? So I'm going to take you through a full body workout that I typically do at home. All you need is a sofa or a chair. You can do them without as well, but you don't need any other equipment to complete the entire workout, and we're going to tackle the entire body, so it should be good. Alright, so just about to get into this bodyweight workout. I've written out all the exercises here. If you want to know the full workout, I'll also put it in the description and the pinned comment below. If you want to take on this workout for yourself, it's all body weight. We're going to be doing lower body exercises followed by upper body exercises. So there's no rest in between them because we're working on different muscle groups, so you don't need that rest. And it's all body weight, so it's not going to be tough, but we're going to do 3 rounds of it. So we're going to do a high quantity of exercises, but because there's no weight involved, you should be able to get through it pretty quickly at a good pace. But you will be feeling it at the end because we're still getting a lot of work in. I'm just going to film each of the exercises. I'm going to do an entire round, and then you guys can do 3 rounds of it if you want to. That's what I'm going to be doing today. Or you can modify it. You can do more rounds, you can do less rounds, completely up to you. So it's basically a lot of leg exercises. And you're going to notice with the upper body exercises, it's a lot of different variations of push-ups. So we're doing a similar exercise, but we're going to be slightly modifying it each time so that we recruit more muscle fibers in different areas. Because when you change the angle, or maybe you change the distance between your hands, it's just working and recruiting different muscle fibers each time. So you're going to feel very tired after, especially the upper body, because we're getting a lot of push-ups in by the end of the circuit. But just stick with it. If you need rest in between or you need to do less reps, make sure you're just doing the best you possibly can. So I'm just going to set up the camera, I'm going to go through an entire round, and you guys are welcome to repeat it. So let's go. So there we go guys, that's the full body workout. As you can see, no weights, no equipment really needed. You can use a chair, you can use a sofa, anything to prop your legs up and do the push-up variations on there. But you can pretty much do this entire thing with no equipment whatsoever. So just gonna repeat that 3 times. And then I'm gonna eat a good quality meal, and that's my training done for the day now. So this evening I'll do another foam roll and a stretch. In terms of stretching, I just try and get a full body stretch. Sometimes I'll put on a YouTube video, watch like a yoga session or something like that. It doesn't have to be complicated. You'll find thousands of them out on the internet that you can go through yourself. You can follow them along. I do a short one in the morning, as you guys saw, and then I usually do a longer one at the end of the day, because this is where I'm working on my recovery, so that I wake up tomorrow feeling good and ready to train once again. But that's going to be it for today's video guys. I hope you really enjoyed it. Make sure you check out Squarespace if you do have your own brand or business and you've ever thought about building your own website. They make it so easy to make a professional looking website, and you don't need any coding or website design experience. They have templates, they have so many different resources to make it so streamlined and simple to create your own website and bring your brand to life. So check them out and use my link in the description, www.squarespace.com/7mlc. But I hope you enjoyed today's video guys. If you did, make sure you smash the like button, hit the subscribe button for weekly training videos, and I will see you guys in my next video.